Hello and welcome to the video. Today we are going to be talking about cold lead nurture and how to build a cold lead nurture sequence for your martial art gym. Why this is important is because it is a big part of our sales system here. Our sales system is really just a nurture process, and there's two types of nurture, right? There is warm nurture and cold nurture. So in this video, we're going to be covering the cold nurture. And why we build out a sales process to cover cold nurture is because when we get a lead to reignite and become warm again, we're going to feed it back into our warm nurture loop. Likewise, if a lead is warm in our warm nurture sequence and they become cold, we're going to dump them back into our cold lead nurture sequence. So we're going to get right into it. We build our cold lead nurture with our lead nurture loop. So it starts with a trigger and it's followed by an action, and the action creates an outcome. So in this case, the trigger is going to be a lead going cold. So I define cold leads as a lead that hasn't engaged with me in over 48 hours, meaning we were talking or I've tried to connect with them, I've tried following up with them, I've tried touching base, reaching out, whatever you want to call it, and I haven't heard back from them at all within 48 hours. That is going to trigger our cold lead nurture loop. So I'm going to start by building this out here. So we're going to say for triggers, this is going to say hasn't answered us in 48 hours. We're just going to make that a little bit smaller of a font. So this is the trigger. Now we need to start thinking about what our actions are. So what I like to do is we need to update them in our sales system. So update lead will be the first action. And this is important because we always want to be tracking our leads for metric purposes so we can see how many cold leads we have this month. Is there room for improvement? Maybe we want to send out a special offer to all our cold leads or former leads. So it's important that we keep our system updated and keep the leads tagged properly. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send them a text message. So what the text message usually entails is some lingo or messaging that conveys urgency. So what that could look like is, hey, Mike, your free class trial has expired. Text me back to claim it today. Something like that to get the lead to want to take action instead of just saying, hey, Mike, I'm just checking in. How are you? Not really a lot of reason for me to respond back to that. After I send them an SMS, I'm going to also send them an email. Now, why I'm going to send them an email is because I also want to be hitting them on every possible channel I could be. So for me, that's going to be a text message because that's going to their phone, and an email, which will also come to their phone, but also be on their desktop. Your process might look a little differently, depends how you want to handle it. But personally, I don't want to do too much or expend too much energy on my cold leads because they are cold. So I don't want to be wasting a phone call on a cold lead because I'd rather spend that time calling a warm lead. The chances of them answering are pretty slim, and now I'm just wasting my own time. I want to spend my time efficiently. So a quick text and a quick email covers those bases, and it's not a whole lot of effort on my part. And now we come to outcomes. So, what is the outcome of our action? Which is really, does the lead answer us or do they remain cold? So, it's two possible outcomes. So, one is going to be they answer us. We're going to put that over here. And the other is going to be no answer, right? Now, if they answer us, great. We're just going to put them right into warm lead nurture, right? That's our action. If the lead answers our cold nurture sequence, if they re-engage and become warm again, we're going to put them right into warm lead nurture. And that is a separate lead nurture loop. Right now, we are just building a cold lead nurture sequence. So if they answer us, great, we put them into warm lead nurture. No answer, right? What are we going to do this time? Well, we're pretty much going to do the same exact thing. We're not going to have to update the lead this time. We're just going to send them another text message and email. And by the way, we need to also decide what the cutoff is for if they answer us, if they don't. Typically, I like to wait 1 day. So 1 day. So we send them to start from the beginning. Cold lead hasn't answered us in 48 hours. We update them, send them an SMS, we send them an email, and then we wait a day. If within that day they answer, we put them right into warm lead nurture. If we don't hear back in a day, we're going to send them another set of text and emails. And this is really up to you. This is a really good opportunity to include in your emails, at least, or even text messages, content from your maybe social media pages describing your gym, videography, whatever you have going on. This is a good opportunity to show your cold leads that. Or what I like to do is show testimonials. So this is a good time to show a cold lead who might be on the fence, who might not have the courage yet to step on your mats, to show them a testimonial of a success story from your gym to maybe inspire them to do that. And now, really, the rest of the loop is pretty straightforward. The same outcome happens. Do they answer us or don't they? If they answer us, great. All we're going to do is we're going to just do this. We're going to put them right into warm lead nurture. It's the same thing. We don't have to keep building out a whole thing for it, right? The outcome we want is they re-engage and answer with us. So the action for that is to always put them into warm lead nurture. But now we're going to wait, let's say 3 days. And if we don't hear back in 3 days, we're going to do the same thing. But maybe you want to do something a little different. You don't have to just do exactly what I'm doing. This is how I like to build out my cold lead nurture sequences. Maybe yours might be to give them a phone call, right? Try to reach out to them via phone this time. And then we're just going to look at the same thing. Do they answer or not? If they do, great. Right into warm lead nurture. And you can see how this kind of starts to build itself out. 1 day, 3 days, let's say 1 week, no answer. What I like to do at this point, right? If they haven't answered me back in about a week, I'm going to give them like final offer text message. Be like something like, hey, if you sign up today or if you book a class today, you'll get 10% off your first month membership. Something like that. Something to, again, create urgency, create a need for them to answer, create a incentive for them to come back and be a part of your gym, right? So we use this tool, triggers, actions, outcomes, to build out a cold lead nurture sequence just like this. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly like this. It is a tool for you to build your own cold lead nurture sequence. This is just how I like to build it. But once we do have this built, we're going to want to automate it because, again, cold lead nurture, I don't like to spend a whole lot of my time or energy on it because they are cold leads. I want to be focusing my efforts on the warm leads. So, in order to best do that, we want to automate this whole process. And when I say automate, that really just means we translate this whole little sequence into a software. And that sounds maybe a little outside your technique or technical skill know how. I promise you it's not. What I like to do is my automation software, my go to is High Level. So, this is my Freedom Jiu Jitsu school, my own gym here in Long Island, New York. This is inside of my cold lead nurture workflow for the gym. And if we zoom all the way out, we can see it looks pretty similar. Zoom in a little bit. Looks pretty similar to what we have going on here. It's just this one's going to the right and this one's going off to the left. But if we take a look at it, right? So again, we're inside High Level now. We trigger this workflow by updating the pipeline stage to lead goes cold. Your trigger might be a little different. This is how I do it. And here we are. The first things we're doing are updating the leads information. So we update them to cold. We tag them. I want to know that they are a cold lead or they have gone cold. And now we're sending them the email. So let's see what we have in this email. So we're saying here, don't let your free class trial go to waste. Taking the first step to training is always the hardest, but we've all been there. So trust us when we say it is worth it. Schedule your free class now and see how jiu-jitsu can change your life. So again, bit motivational, but it also gives them a little bit of an incentive. Your class trial is going to go to waste. Your free class trial is going to waste. So don't let it go to waste, right? Let's look at our SMS. Hey, Mike, your free class trial offer is expiring soon. Would you like to claim it this week? Again, just simple, right to the point. Offer expiring soon. Do you want to claim it? And now here we're actually waiting 2 days. We wait 2 days, and the system is going to check if this text message was answered or not. So this is on a 2-day timer. Does the contact respond? True. And now we're actually breaking it down a little bit further in here. Is the intent positive or negative? So if it's negative, they tell us, no, I'm not interested. Boom. We just cut them out of the system completely. Thanks for your time. See you later. But if they tell us yes, we're going to update them to a warm lead, take the cold lead tag off of them because they're no longer cold, and put them into our warm lead workflow. On the other end, if they don't answer us in 2 days, what happens? We send them an email, we send them a text message, and now we just wait again. This time we're waiting 4 days. Again, after that 4-day wait, did the contact reply to that SMS offer to? Yes, we're just going to bring them right back up here. So was the intent positive? Yes, we update them, remove the cold lead tag, and put them into warm nurture. Was it a negative response, meaning no, they're not interested? If it was, no problem. Have a nice day. See you later. You're out of the system now. And if they didn't answer us in that 4-day wait, we're just going to do it again. And so we go out about 1 week. So what is that? 4 layers here. 1, 2, 3 layers is what I like to do best then. And it's very simple. It's just, are you interested in our offer? Yes, great. Warm lead nurture? No, we just abandoned you, or we're going to keep following up with you until we decide to abandon you. So if we look here at the very end here, what happens, this is how we're ending our cold lead nurture. So if we haven't heard back in a week, which is just about a 2-week wait time, right? So 1 week there, 4 to 6 days, and then we're waiting 2 days before we trigger this. So just over 2 weeks. If they've been cold for 2 weeks, we're going to update them and abandon them, get them out of our system. We don't want to waste even our system's time working to remove these leads. And we're going to take them out of the nurture sequence, and that's that. So to recap, we are just building out a cold lead nurture sequence. It is a vital component to our sales system, our nurture sequence. Everything works off the same 3 principles: triggers, actions, outcomes. So use this framework to help you and your gym build a better sales system, build a better cold lead nurture sequence. If you got value out of this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And I hope to see you in the next video.